Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Charlotte Flair's babyface run has already backfired.
Star has been released from NXT.
Kevin Owens is getting some big-time praise.
And Hulk Hogan's insane. I'm Adam Wilborn.
As always, you got to take the good with the bad. I'm Andy.
This is the news.
All right, let's talk about Charlotte Flair. What the hell was going on with this promo
boy.
last night on Raw? So, Charlotte Flair back in WWE. She won the Royal Rumble. She's going to WrestleMania. Don't know who she's facing yet, but probably Tiffany Stratton because that's what's been reported. We had all those vignettes that were really well made, really well done, really sleek. In the run-up to her return, she was on yachts, she was in fancy cars, she was drinking champagne, she was living the life, high roller. It was very much a heel presentation in those. Get to the Royal Rumble, and there are moments where she's kind of playing up to the crowd a little bit, but like not in a particularly strong, this is my character kind of way. It was more like, I'm back, baby. She obviously won the Royal Rumble, but last night on Raw, Charlotte tried to cut a babyface promo, and what kind of noise did that audience make?
If you missed it, I'll give you a brief summary. I love you guys. It's so good to be back. Boom!
That's basically it. I don't really need to summarize it. But jokes aside, she was like clearly appealing for sympathy.
Yes.
Because she was talking about how hellish her recovery had been, how it broke her mentally and physically all this time on the shelf. Sympathetic babyface fodder. Stuff that's meant to get you behind someone. When someone tells you how rough their times have been, you're supposed to go, oh gosh, that sucks. I'm rooting for this person. Not last night. Boos all over the shop. She said like a year ago fans would have booed her and it bothered her, but doesn't bother her anymore because she really missed you guys. It's really mean. It's really mean. She kept going on, and like she said, she loves the crowd several times.
Yeah,
saying like
you got booed louder each time.
It was mental. Like I kept going because of you guys. Boo. Just really harsh, harsh. And there was flashes of arrogance in there. She said, it doesn't bother me because I'm one of the greatest superstars of all time, baby. She's Dusty Rhodes now, apparently. But she continued, and it was all like a big kind of like a setup for Rhea Ripley coming down. Rhea comes down, obviously. She could feasibly face Charlotte at WrestleMania, and they had a little back and forth. But Charlotte started off by going, I was trying to create a little moment here in Cleveland. So again, babyface.
You did.
But hello, mommy, and all that stuff. So like they had a bit of like a butting of heads where Rhea was like, I beat you last time.
Yeah, please pick me.
Yeah, Charlotte was like, well, I beat you the first time and you're still a little child or something along those lines.
Good babyface promo there.
Yeah, you are a child. So it's all over the place.
It's all over the place.
So like a real messy segment. Unfortunately, Charlotte couldn't turn it around with her mic work. I don't think she has that in her repertoire. Look,
anyone could in that scenario.
Exactly. Pretty mean, I'm not going to lie, on the day that news of her divorce went public, pretty mean, but at the same time, the character is all over the place.
Yes.
And they really need to hammer down an alignment, and that alignment is probably heel.
This seems strange because last night you go, we'll see how she does. We'll see, understandably that, she wants to talk about. It's been an awful time for her over the past year or so. It's understandable she wants to reference that, and she's happy to be back, clearly. But you've got to think now, WWE, as I've always said, is the listening company, and they've got to listen to the fans. This isn't just like Ohio specifically being like, we've always hated Charlotte Flair. Yeah. This is kind of exactly how she's going to be received. Maybe not tonight. She's going to be on NXT tonight. She says she's going to go around and see all the champions. So Julia tonight, and obviously Tiff on Friday. Jay's coming to SmackDown on Friday as well. But surely you look at this and you look at the fact that nothing's nailed down right now. You could either pivot and be like, look at the reaction that Rhea and Charlotte got, and we'll do that instead. Or more than likely, as you said, I think it's going to be the Tiffany-Charlotte match, which I agree with. I think it's the best possible match. And you just have to say, right, we'll just make Tiffany Stratton a bit more babyface. Because we've said this from the moment we heard Charlotte Flair coming back. She is far better as a heel than a babyface. Yeah.
She's a heel, 200%. She's a great heel as well.
Not many people can be, 15-time champions, unlike John Cena, and be a babyface.
Yeah, this is it. Like, she's not just much more comfortable in that role. Her work resonates a bit better. she's always split opinion as a babyface, and like I'm a fan of Charlotte Flair, and I want to see her do well.
Yeah, she's mint in the ring.
But this presentation is not what it needs to be heading into WrestleMania.
And I suppose people's fears going into WrestleMania is like, oh, Tiffany Stratton's this rising star. She's come up through NXT. She's got money in the bank. She's cashed in. She's won the contract. She's beaten Nia Jax to win it. Like, and now people are worried that, Charlotte Flair's going to come in, squash all that, I'll take the title, thank you very much. It just lends itself perfectly to Charlotte Flair being a heel. I mean, Tiffany could even be some sort of tweener who's just like, I'm better than you, but I'm representing you here against Charlotte.
For sure. Or, like you say, if you want to pivot and just do Rhea and Charlotte again, they will have an absolute knockdown match like they did last time. Yeah, so there is time to salvage this. I did think that segment was kind of disastrous.
Yeah, especially when you compare it to Jay's.
Oh gosh, yeah, exactly.
Which is wonderful.
Exactly. Just soaking in the reaction, like replaying the music and all that stuff. The Jay segment was everything this wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
In a positive way, it was great. But yeah, they just need to fix these things, tweak these things.
Yeah.
I did hear a little rumor. Before Charlotte came back, that she wanted to work somebody else at WrestleMania. WWE said, no, we've got different plans for them. Here's Tiffany, work this match. And Charlotte was like, okay, I'm the babyface. Which would not be ideal.
No.
I think she's a better heel. What do you think? Do you think she's a better heel, better face? Let us know down below. Can they save it? Will they save it? What would you do at WrestleMania?
I think if we had a vote, it'd be like 95-5. People saying, just have her be a heel. Yeah. I really liked last night's Raw, though, with Jey Uso's thing. And we'll talk about it in a second. A phenomenal ending to the show.
Good main event, too.
But before we talk about that, we have to talk about some unfortunate news. I was devastated to read this when I woke up this morning. A star has been released from NXT, and a real promising star, in my opinion. Fightful Select, I first saw Sean Ross Sapp tweeting about this. Fightful Select reporting that NXT talent Duke Hudson has been released, was released in fact, in January. It's just only being reported now. Last wrestled on a house show for NXT in November. He's been removed from the internal roster pages. No reason has been given. They are looking into this. Obviously, he was former tag team champion. Yeah. He was phenomenal, I thought, with almost everything that NXT stuck on him, and they gave him a lot of different gimmicks, but his Chase U stuff was great. Sidgwick himself said he was one of the best hot tags in wrestling when he was doing the Chase U tag stuff. He's great. I really hope for the best for him. I really, really like Duke Hudson. And a bit of a weird one, this. I know some people I saw in the replies to Sean's tweet were saying, oh, why have they released him when they could release so-and-so? Don't say that.
That's mean.
Right, I get it.
That's mean.
You may not like other people in NXT in particular, but like this isn't like an either-or situation. Sean's not saying, well, they looked through and they said, is it this person or this person? Let's get rid of him.
Yeah.
We don't know the reasons, but it is unfortunate. Hope for the best for Duke Hudson. I'm sure he'll do great.
This is it. He might have asked for his release. We don't know. Maybe, who knows? Like, until you know the reason, it's kind of hard to comment too much. But I thought, really, like, from his early days as Brendan Vink.
Of course, the Vink.
Yeah, the Vinkman. He was on the main roster for a little bit.
Yeah. Pando times, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. With all these, they used a bunch of Performance Center people, like Denzel Dejournette.
Oh, yes.
He was there as well, loads of them. But, yeah, to this era with Chase U, and he was obviously... He had the romantic guy story before that, shall we say?
Oh, yeah, with Persia Pirotta.
Yeah. Very Steph DeLander now, of course. Very, from A to B, big improvement. I think he's a really good wrestler, good personality, good charisma, good athlete. I think that he will be just fine. Obviously, if this is something he wanted, hey, good for him. If it's not, that stinks. But he strikes me as the kind of guy who's going to land in TNA.
We were saying this, weren't we?
Yeah, like it seems like a good place for him, where he can be like upper mid card force pretty much immediately because he's good.
Look at him.
Yeah,
huge,
good looking dude too. So I think he's going to be totally fine. Obviously, you never like to talk about people losing their jobs, but until we know the circumstances, I ain't got much more than that.
Yeah, no, exactly. We can't really speculate on it.
Yeah, he's talented, and I think he'll be fine. Yes, is my summary.
Best of Luke to Duke.
Best of Luke to Duke
Hudson. You want more stuff like that and you want to pay to see it, join us for our live shows. We're going on a world tour all across the UK and then ending up in Las Vegas on the Friday night before WrestleMania weekend. If you want to join us for that, all these dates: Manchester, Belfast, Glasgow, London, and then Las Vegas. WhatCulture.com/tickets if you want to pre-register your interest for that.
Technically 4 countries: England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, the United States. So we can call it a world tour.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah. It's 2 continents. Come on.
Come on.
Come on! All right, Kevin Owens.
Oh, what a git he is.
Yeah, WWE are raging with him. They think he sucks and he's been really bad.
Why did you do that to Sammy? Your friend.
They are particularly upset with his performance at the Royal Rumble, which they thought was just rubbish.
Well, he phoned it in. That was my problem, Andy. Come on, mate. Take a bump or two.
Lazy, if anything. He's like Shinsuke Nakamura in terms of graft. Right. No, talking rubbish. Praise.
Yes,
Lots of praise for Kevin Owens. This is from PW Insider. He's getting a bunch of praise coming out of the Royal Rumble. Obviously, he took some really insane bumps in that ladder match, including the Alabama Slam at the end. That just...
My wife, we watched this on Sunday morning. My wife legitimately turned to me and went, "Is he all right?
Did he survive?
Is he dead?"
It was a crazy bump. But they also have praised him for his part in putting the match together. Cody Rhodes and other people involved in the planning all praised Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
They gave him compliments on the match, saying he deserved a lot of credit for it. So, yeah, Kevin Owens is on a hell of a run.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lie, I do want to see him win the world title at some point.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know when that happens, but I like to see it. This Cody feud is my favourite Cody feud in a while. Look, I like the WrestleMania 40 stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
But like this, to me, was his best since becoming champion. I think it was just excellent segment and mic work.
Purist, isn't it?
Yeah, and Kevin is one of WWE's most valuable players.
Yes.
I'm going to buy a Cody Sucks Eggs t-shirt. Just like, that's how you appeal to me as a fan. Call back to some stuff from the 70s or whatever. But yeah, Kevin Owens rules. If you don't like Kevin Owens, I think there's a really good chance that me and you don't have anything in common.
I don't know how you... I mean, you can not like him in character, but you cannot fail to appreciate what a phenomenal worker he is, a brilliant promo, and like... everything they give him, everything they have given him since arguably he re-signed that contract and he got the Stone Cold thing, I think he's knocked it out of the park. But yeah, particularly this story and the inevitable Kevin versus Sammy match at WrestleMania, which is going to just blow the roof off, is awesome. Some really good noises coming out of WWE after the Royal Rumble. Not just Kevin Owens, I think I saw Roxanne Perez getting loads of praise for her work in the Royal Rumble. Iron Woman, of course, of that match.
Yeah.
And I just can't believe that he's not factored into a world title thing.
It's a shame.
It's just such a shame. I mean, they've got such strong champions right now going into WrestleMania. One would assume Cody and Gunther head into Mania as champions, of course. But yeah, absolutely, I'd see a world title somewhere down the road because this character is absolutely sensational. I work doing this as a job. And the phenomenal CM Punk Sammy match, which was awesome to close out Raw, ended. And I thought, wow, what a great match. And Punk has punched his ticket to Elimination Chamber, in case you don't know. And I thought, wow, what a great way to end Raw. And he runs in and he attacks Sammy and he does the package pile driver. I was legitimately angry. I was legitimately just throwing my hands up going, what are you doing, mate? He was right there for you on Saturday night. I know he didn't push the ladder over when Cody went to try and grab the belts, but he did everything else. Yeah. And he's like limping around as well. He's still suffering the effects, but still got enough in him to kill his best friend.
Selling.
Again.
Multi-night selling.
Yeah.
Wrestling really misses multi-night selling, and I'm very grateful of him for that. Yeah.
Right, let's talk about another great heel, Hulk Hogan. Oh, God, this is the story that just won't go away.
He's a moron.
If you've missed all this, congratulations on living under a rock, I suppose. Obviously, he showed up on the Raw Netflix debut. It was a big celebration of them being on Netflix, and there was like The Undertaker popping up, The Rock, and just loads of celebrities and what have you. And then Hulk Hogan came out to promote his beer and got booed out of the building and was arguably the best moment of the night.
It was the funniest moment of the night, especially when he went, "You guys have been my greatest tag team partner because you never turned your back on me, brother." Boo!
So it was his panic. Andre the Giant, Randy Savage.
Help! Appeal to the fans.
Jimmy Hart behind him.
We've made so much money off this story.
The thing is, it's not us repeating stuff. It keeps on coming. So we talked about it, obviously, in the immediate aftermath, and like, oh, a bit of a surprise that he got booed. Well, that story's changed. Surprising to hear Hulk Hogan changing his tune. That's very rare from that man. He appeared on the Pat McAfee show on Monday saying that he expected the LA crowd to boo him. Obviously, he's been a prominent supporter of Donald Trump. I'll read what he says here. He said, I did expect to get booed. You got to realise, the last time I ran hard in LA, I was a bad guy. I was Hollywood Hogan, man. I was riding dirty with the boys, Nash and Hall. We're spray painting people, we're crotch chopping everybody. Too sweet stuff, obviously. The last time I was there, I was a heel. And then he subsequently did admit, I think the politics had a whole lot to do with it, like you said. And then Pat McAfee was like, yeah, not just politics, though, because The Undertaker came out and he was a big Trump supporter and he didn't get booed.
Yeah.
And Hulk Hogan replied, with regards to that's the way Pat McAfee put it, other stuff being a racist that Hogan has done, and easily explained away, obviously. He says, yeah, of course, you do slip and fall a couple of times. I'll be honest, I've never slipped and fallen and been a racist, but, you know, these things happen, apparently.
He's an idiot. He's a complete idiot.
God damn it.
If he thinks that the NWO was 27 years ago, what's he on about?
Forget what people have done a month ago.
Yeah, this is the thing. Does he think that the crowd is full of 50-year-olds who were watching WC? No, it's not. It's like new fans. It's a younger audience. They don't give a crap about that stuff.
No.
It's like, my theory on this has been the same from day one. It is obviously, I think that WWE has been very successful in making new fans during this era. I think that it's a younger audience, and I think it's a younger audience that doesn't have any nostalgia for the 1980s and WCW, right? So to them, to these younger people, I think that Hulk Hogan is just the guy who said the N-word on a sex tape. So that, to me, I think is what trumps their nostalgia for him. That is why he gets booed. It's also not the only time he's been booed. Remember when he showed up to WrestleMania dressed like a pirate?
Probably Titus stand next to him to make him get booed less. Yeah. Still didn't work.
He got booed at WrestleMania 35, not as heavily as it was on the Raw on Netflix, admittedly. It's just Hulk Hogan, man, like...
Go away.
Go away. Yeah.
I don't want to drink your swill. I've got Prime, thank you very much.
The thing is, right, if he after the stuff he said in the sex tape, if he'd lived with contrition.
Yes, right? This is it. This is the thing.
This is it. If he'd lived with contrition, I think a lot of people would have forgiven him.
Was there a report, I seem to remember, around that time when it was like he's coming back to WWE and like a lot of people, understandably, would be like, not a fan of his, but let's hear what he's got to say. And if he'd gone in and gone, look, I shouldn't have said what I said, you know, and I've learned, I've grown, the usual sort of apology you get when people do these stupid things. Maybe, just maybe, people would have been like, all right, we'll just call back to, you know, classic Hollywood or classic Hulk Hogan. Didn't he go in and say basically, hey, careful when you're out there, guys, because when you're saying stuff, people could record you. So you're not sorry that you said it. You're sorry that you got caught.
This is it. Like, and he was recorded against his knowledge, but like, why would you say that in the first place? Like, you know, that, I don't know. Ultimately, the words that he used are words that can't be used to harm people like me and you, right?
Yeah.
So, like, ultimately, our opinion on it doesn't really matter too much. The words that he used should be fully judged by the people who it is used to cause harm to.
Yeah.
But just go away.
Yeah.
Just go away, Hulk Hogan. Just who needs him?
I guarantee if Kevin Nash came out next week on Raw, people would be like, "Oh my God, that's the guy from the NWO!" Oh, boo! He'd be like, "It's Diesel." Dumbass. Such a dumbass.
Why doesn't he use those 400 days he works a year to?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good point. Yeah, this is the man.
Move to the moon.
Who breaks
or
the
something.
space-time continuum.
Yeah.
And he still can't fix how he gets received and promoted. It's disgusting. But I don't know if it's disgusting.
It might be.
I've never tried it. I never will.
Who knows?
I'd rather have a Zoa Energy, thanks.
I'd rather have a glass of muddy river water, I think. But hey, let us know. No, don't. I've had enough Hulk Hogan.
Thanks for your thoughts on Charlotte.
Yeah, we're done.
And how great Kevin Owens is.
We're done with Hogan for a bit.
Please, God.
Another video right here. You can watch this. There's no Hulk Hogan. I don't know.
I can't promise that.
Yeah, who knows? He gets everywhere, doesn't he? He's like a rash. Oh, God.
Give it a click. Go on.
See you later.
Bye.
No more.